Joe here. Welcome to my channel. It's time to play some Magic. Let's see if we can get an opponent. I've been having some good matches the last couple days, 2 or 3 days. Had a good one against Affinity yesterday, and then the day before, or a couple days before that, I had that Surge Node combo deck, which was amazing. I played against Storm recently, hadn't seen too much of that deck in a little while. So, as I mentioned a couple times, I think Modern is looking really diverse right now, and it's been a lot of fun. Okay, we lost the die roll. Alright, a lot of double blue and no mana. So a mulligan, and these kinds of hands, I mean, there's no silver gills, but with the scry rule and being on the draw, I think that we'll keep in scry. Alright, there it is. So we're good to go. Very nice hand in the end. Okay, and this Inquisition is not particularly amazing, just because our hand is pretty strong, pretty redundant. Maybe he'll take, well, I don't even know. Let's see. Okay, he's going to take the Lord. It's always a decent choice. Okay, we play an island and draw another island. Let's see what his follow-up is. We're going to push Harbinger here if we don't draw another creature, only because of the threat of Liliana of the Veil, though it looks... Let's see, so it's Junt here, not Abzan. He's hitting his life total pretty hard already. See, I don't know if I finished that thought, but Liliana of the Veil with one creature on the table is bad news. So, even though we won't be able to use his ability, I think we may go ahead and push Harbinger onto the table sooner rather than later. Lord is a better choice, though, certainly. So now the question becomes whether we want to attack and let him trade and then Liliana away my Lord. And I think we're gonna not attack yet. There's already some food for the Scavenging Ooze. Okay, follows up with the Tarmogoyf. And no attacks. Okay, now maybe a land would be very nice. Another Harbinger. So we have land, sorcery, and creature for a 3/4 Tarmogoyf. We're going to go ahead and play one of these Harbingers because we still have 2 in our hand. The opponent knows about one of the other ones, and we have no attacks yet. So I assume the opponent is a little tight on lands. It's possible because he played out a Raging Ravine on turn 3. Oh, well, if he... Alright, he's passing with 3 cards in hand. We have another land. And if we play Rejury here, we can then get the Harbinger tap combo going on. So I think slow and steady is going to be the way to go here. We don't have Island Walk. The opponent is doing enough damage to himself as it is. 6 damage just on lands. If this Rejury, so he didn't get killed at the end of the turn, leads me to think that he might not have a lot of removal in hand. Okay, well, I mean, it's possible that he might just be playing Damnation or something right now. I think we'll go ahead and, well, okay, if he can eat something to make the Scavenging Ooze bigger. It'll make the Tarmogoyf smaller if he does that, but an instant would make him bigger also. So after all is said and done, Tarmogoyf could be as big as a 4/5. Scavenging Ooze Could be a 3/3. So no blocks, although I'm going to block with this Harbinger against the Scavenging Ooze, and we'll see how it goes. Just because I'm expecting more than anything just a Wrath here. Okay. So I guess he was playing around Curse Catcher. Anger of the Gods, I guess. Or maybe not. Okay. Yeah, Damnation. Okay, and we'll make him pay for it. That's fine. These things happen. Not all Jund decks run Damnation in the main deck. He's got a Raging Ravine, which is really nice. That land is really nice, though, because we can play Harbinger at instant speed with Flash. And I'm not sure that everybody knows how Harbinger works. So it's definitely a card that can catch opponents off guard. Let's see if he activates and attacks. Okay, he doesn't. So I think we're going to bring this guy in. Okay, so we can still activate Ravine and block. Again, I think that we want to leave the 4 lands. This is going to be slow going for a little while, I think. His top decks are going to tend to be a little bit more impactful than mine. Yeah, we'll just wait. Raging Ravine is the biggest threat right now. And he should know, I think, that we have a second Harbinger in hand. Okay, we no instant in the graveyard yet. Just lands, creatures, and sorceries. Okay, Liliana resolves. Okay, I'm going to sack Harbinger and then flash in another Harbinger and then attack Liliana with both of my guys. He might have a lightning bolt for one of them, but he doesn't have a lightning bolt for both of them. So go ahead and play a Curse Catcher. Okay, bolt that guy, that's fine. We will attack Lily. Get rid of his card advantage. Oh god, I didn't see this thing. Well, that's unfortunate. Okay, we can go get a land. And we'll see who has the better top decks. Liliana would have made me discard my island, so there's no benefit to holding it in hand. Plays another land, and passes with Lily going to 2. Let's draw Master of Waves here. Silvergill is pretty decent. And Mutavault. So this gets pretty good. The opponent has Raging Ravine to block and protect Liliana. But now we have 3 creatures. So if he top decks another land, I think we can get Liliana off the table next turn. By throwing away one of our creatures into the teeth of Raging Ravine just to get Liliana off the table. Oh, he wants me to kill one of my creatures? Curse Catcher will do. Alright, Dark Confidant. I can dig it. Now he can still activate this guy and block. He's got his green and his red. Maybe a Spreading Seas would be nice here. Dismember. Actually, so if we attack, he can activate Ravine and try to block, and we can dismember the Ravine. That might be the best way to go. Another way to go would be to just get rid of this Dark Confidant right now. It'll take us down to 13 life, but the opponent is threatening to run away with cards here. So I think killing the Bob is usually the way to go. Yeah, let's do it. And we're not going to attack because he can just eat the creature with Raging Ravine. Very taut game right now. So we've seen 3 Harbingers already, which means there's not that many left in the deck. We'll go down to 9 here. Opponent is representing Terminate. Okay, so he takes 4 instead, and it's really a top deck war here. So whoever whiffs the hardest is probably going to lose. Alright, so we're outside of bolt range. It's a 5/5. Okay. Spreading Seas is a good start. We can tap this because he doesn't have any counter spells. We certainly want to leave Mutavault available, and we can hit his Raging Ravine. That's great. He might have drawn Abrupt Decay, which would be pretty amazing. And for that reason, I think we're going to leave Mutavault, or we might as well attack with, no, I don't think so. I think I'm just going to attack with, well, he already took 6 damage, which makes me, I'm not going to let him trick me here, because if he has Abrupt Decay in hand, okay, whoa, what is he doing? What was his life total? Okay, he was at 8. So he's representing that he doesn't have Abrupt Decay here, but if he does, he can Abrupt Decay the Spreading Seas and attack, but then I still have a Lord, so let's go ahead and push it. Okay. Alright, well, we have a blocker. Well, okay, he hasn't Abrupt Decayed the Ravine. I think we might get there. That Spreading Seas was pretty clutch. Showing its strength. Dismembering the Bob was definitely the way to go. But drawing the Spreading Seas was a big deal. Oh, so we can bring in all our Tidebinder mages. I recently went up from 2 to 4 on these guys. We saw some Lightning Bolts. We have to assume he's playing some number of Kolaghan's commands. He definitely has Damnations, so it's quite possible we want to bring in some counter spells. We always bring out the Ether Vials in this matchup because they're very low impact top decks in situations exactly like the one we were just in. Relic of Progenitus keeps Tarmogoyfs tiny in cycles to draw a card. Usually we always get some, well, we typically get a lot of value out of that card. Negates are questionable. All the Spreading Seas are staying in, all the Harbingers are staying in. Curse Catchers are pretty low impact. We can take out at least a couple of those. Now we're squarely at 60. The question is if we want to run any, if we're taking Curse Catchers out, we probably want to run some number of Dispels for the Terminates and the Lightning Bolts. Echoing Truth is not really necessary with Harbingers in the deck. Dismembers are going to be good, and we can take out another Curse Catcher, and we'll try like that. Okay, this hand is good. We can play turn 1 Relic, turn 2 Silvergill. I have no doubt that we will get our hand disrupted on turn 1. But either way, this hand is good. Obviously, we need to hit a couple of lands at some point. I imagine he'll take Silvergill in this spot. Especially given my lands. Though Master of Waves, super high impact, but he can't take it with Inquisition, so Relic. So that's what I'm talking about. He's obviously got Tarmogoyf, and now he's got an artifact in the grave, so he'll be extra strong. Hopefully we find a turn 2 Tarmogoyf and not another bit of hand disruption, because I really want to resolve this Silvergill here. Alright, well that's better than I could have hoped for. Another blue source. We don't have to play it just yet. He doesn't have a creature here. Okay, so let's just see what Silvergill gets for us. I'll reveal one of the creatures that he already knows about. He knows about all of them, actually. So again, I'm really predicting a Tarmogoyf here, because otherwise he would have taken one of my creatures, maybe Liliana, but then I have Mutavault to take her off the table. It's another really good reason to play a turn 2 Mutavault. Kitchen Finks. Okay. Well, I've got land into a Lord. Oh, Tidebinder is even better here. So, sorry. Okay, so the opponent took 3 to fetch and shock. Thing stays tapped. Okay. Okay, Inquisition. He has 2 choices. Probably going to take. Hard to say what he's going to take here. Giving me that Kitchen Finks was a little bit weird. I don't know how experienced the opponent is. Okay, well that's a good choice. I'm certainly not going to bounce his Harbinger. Bounce his Kitchen Finks. Thought he might have been afraid of it. Okay, so he cracks, continues to hit his life total with lands. Okay, Forest. And maybe a Tarmogoyf like we were expecting. We can follow up with a Master of Waves, but then, well, let's see what we get. Maybe another Kitchen Finks, a Fulminator Mage. Sacking now to destroy this. Okay. Fair play. We can continue to push damage. Another land is a nice draw. Let's see. I think we're going to keep the Harbinger in hand. He's going to be higher impact as the game goes on. Take our opponent down from 16 to 12 and just keep the clock ticking. If the opponent casts Damnation, Kitchen Finks will come back, draw him, gain him 2 life, which would be pretty nice for him, but as it stands, none of that. Draw another land, which is not super great. I think we're just going to attack here, because if he was going to do something at instant speed, well, so if we attack, he can. Okay, the Ghost Quarter will replace this with an untapped land, so we don't have to worry about being able to cast Master of Waves. But if we try to cast him now, he can respond at instant speed anyway. So we're going to go ahead and attack now. Oh, well, Raging Ravine is here, so let's think about if we want to attack into Raging Ravine. Probably not. It's tricky because he knows we have a Harbinger. I think we'll go ahead and play a Master of Waves now. which will present lethal for the following turn, and just stick it to the opponent here. Let's see what his response to Master of Waves is. It's possible he's just getting me to play more creatures and then play a Damnation, which would be pretty nice. Nice play for him. And do we want to push any damage now, especially considering that there is potential Wrath coming? I think we want to attack and let him eat one of our guys and push, just keep squeezing damage around the edges here. I mean, if he has any spells, okay, he's going to activate and probably... Oh, so he's going to untap his Sphinx, which is fine with me. Sure, that's fine. Okay, so... just being very aggressive. May have been overly aggressive, but if he attacks with Kitchen Sphinx, I can bounce him with Harbinger and attack for lethal. So let's see what the opponent has to play here. Another Raging Ravine and a pass of the turn. Clearly not interested in attacking with his Kitchen Sphinx. We drew another Tidebinder Mage, which is pretty sensational. No card draw spells, so we can go ahead and play our land out now. Tidebinder might end it because he might just have the... So to mention again, I did just add the fourth Tidebinder Mage to the deck. So if we attack with just exactly 10, if we attack without Master of Waves, not wanting to get him eaten by the Raging Ravine, the opponent would only take 8 this turn, potentially draw into a Wrath effect. But if we attack with Master... Okay, so Master has protection from red, and this guy's red. So I think we can just go ahead and attack with everybody. No reason not to. Make him have it. So we're attacking for 12 here. 8 through the Elementals, and 4 with the Merfolk. So Tidebinder Mage, in the matchups we want to bring him in, is pretty much going to be the strongest card. So that was a great match. Shows how Merfolk can line up pretty well against Jund. I don't know that my opponent had the best draw that game, but you know, we pushed our advantage and closed the game out as quickly as possible. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll catch you in the next video.